Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we're finally going to do a tear down of this Microsoft wireless laser mouse 3000. So from my previous video, we have seen the differences between this and the model 6000. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into tearing it up and see what's inside. So when I got it right, I was suspecting that the screws are hidden at the feet here, and yes, this is it. I'll remove one and I'll skip to the point that where I'm removing the screws. It's using a T7 torque screw. So usually these pieces, when in the factory, they screw it in, the screw actually cut the thread in. So the first time when you pull it out, it's going to be difficult, but after that it'll be quite easy. So splitting the top and the bottom, it comes off quite easily. Then on the bottom, you just need to make sure that the screws are removed, otherwise you'll be frantically looking for the missing screw. First glimpse of the inside, surprisingly the board is not held down with any screws, it just comes off right away. And yeah, later on we'll be seeing some surprises on this relatively budget mouse that I got it for I think maybe around $6 Singapore dollars. So here, right, the molding is quite nice. It's quite standard of Microsoft, corners cut. And when I bought this, I was being told that the center mouse click is not working properly. So I guess maybe it's with the actuator or I tried it on, it worked for me, so later we'll check it out further. So upon closer inspection, we see some corrosion, I guess, on the board, some different points. We see the prism, some copper coils, and imagine back to 15 years back, the Microsoft mouse are built so well. The battery leads are done properly, and removing the prism, there's another plastic bracket that holds onto the sensor. Removing it is quite easy, just release the clips and the surprise is below. So the sensor for the mouse, it looks like a miniature sensor from where you will find in the camera, and you can see the contact points are welded properly. Next, I'll be doing the usual cleaning with contact cleaners and with my trusty brush, not adding too much pressure because we don't want to break any of the capacitors or remove any of the solder joints. So moving on, we'll be cleaning the exterior and the bottom part of the case. So for this, I'll speed it up. For guys who are doing a restoration, fixing of this mouse, right, do refer to my other videos. I do a lot of restoration and refurbishment of mouse. I like to pay some attention to the scroll wheel because on the advertisement that I bought this mouse, it was mentioned that the center button is not working. So later we'll take extra precaution and prepping of the wheel and testing it out. So now we have access to the inside, we'll be able to see how this button works. So it's like a lever system. When you press on it, right, you can see the spring that is compressed and therefore actuating the button on the PCB itself. So being careful, right, I'll just put some silicone grease on the contact points where the push button meets the one on the PCB board. So I'll apply this silicone grease also on the contact part of the mouse, the screw wheel part later. So people might be wondering what I'm using to apply this silicone grease. It's actually a bamboo chopstick, and I break it into parts to get a sharp point. So once you're done with it, you can throw it away. So here I'm applying a bit of silicone grease on the roller as well. So for here we can be a bit more generous, because over time it will accumulate and go into the mechanism. So some of you keen-eye viewers might notice something wrong, so I apologize. I have not fitted in the prism, the plastic bracket, and the start button. So yeah, from here later on we will redo it. First of all, we just apply some grease on the shaft and make sure that it's well looped. So for this position, I have placed the start button is the wrong one. Later we'll find out that the board doesn't sit in. The location should be maybe 1 to 2 cm lower down the board. So overall, it has always been enjoyable tearing down a Microsoft mouse. So you'll be amazed how much components, how densely populated the PCB boards are, and the designs are throughoutly thought of compared to other brands. But there are other very good brands as well. So I'm looking forward to tearing down the wireless laser mouse 6000 in my next video. So as usual, what I'll do is pre-testing all the buttons, making sure that it's at the right position before screwing down some of the screws. So next what we'll be doing is we'll be putting in the battery and testing everything's work before fully casing it up and sticking the mouse feet back on. So we are nearing the end of the video. If you have liked this, do click on the like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos to come, and there is also a bell notification button. Click on it to be notified of new videos coming up. Signing off, this is Restore Refurb Works. See you in the next one.